I've been chasing this dream so long. Lord help me, I know that I gotta stay strong.
Dream Team, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. I don't know if you noticed, but the channel has officially been changed. The name has been changed to Dream Team Garage. Why? Because the fact that all I really like to do is work on cars, and obviously throughout the channel you're gonna see with my family and then other stuff throughout that, DUIs and how-tos and other things are gonna pop up on this channel as well. This is the first video I've taken in a long time. I've taken little clips really of what I've been doing to the Camaro since I've taken it apart and putting it back together. It's pretty much in its final stages of going back together. I've already ran it. I'm just in the works right now putting the gauges I have. My water temp gauge is already done. I just gotta wire it up for the lights and everything. Oil pressure and volt. The reason why I put the water temp back here is because I didn't have enough of this cord right here to send it from the port in the water, or the water jacket that I put it in. Right here. So yeah, I didn't have enough capillary tube or whatever you want to call this that runs to the water, the temp gauge all the way where I wanted it to go. But yeah, so I still have to, this is the oil pressure hose, so I still have to drill a hole to get this to go to the back of that oil pressure, to the back of the oil pressure gauge. So other than that, and then clean up the car. But when I go back home, I will be shooting a informational / how-to video. This video is actually going to be on how to install and make your own spark plug wire spacers, and how to install a spark plug shit boot, a spark plug heat shield, such as the one I have right here on my number 2. I don't know if you see that, but my number 2 spark plug wire. Now guys, when you see these videos, don't think I'm some awesome mechanic or a mechanic that knows everything or does everything by the book. I don't. I'm not even a mechanic. I'm not certified. This is just something I've done since I was a little kid. I've done this with my grandfather, my father, and even my best friend's dad. I've learned a lot from the older people that I've worked with on cars in the past, such as paint and body, engine work, and transmission work. So, and wiring also. This is just the little things I've learned over the past, and I want to learn more and do more, and hopefully eventually own my own shop and do my own exotic things with the cars that I want to do. But I am not, I repeat, I am not the world's best mechanic at all. This is what I do, and this is how it's worked for me, and this is how I'm going to continue on doing it unless somebody's going to give me any tips or some constructive criticism to help me keep going forward and do my job better. But right now, this is a 305 Chevy small block V8 inside of an 86 Z28 Camaro. Been working on it little over like a year and 8 months now. But I mean, it runs, it drives. I've driven it up and down. Really, I've driven it out and reversed it in. That's really how much it's, I mean, I got all the way out to the front gate one day and then it shut off and didn't want to come back on, but that was a whole completely different thing. The fuel was too rich and I burnt out the spark plugs, but that's all replaced. I'm setting the valve lash now. There's still some minor things that need to be done. Obviously, as you can see, there's a big old wiring nest right here that I still need to fix and resort. And then this is my electric choke. Is that gas? No. Still gotta recover these wires with the loom, the factory loom that it comes with. My future plans with this car are to put a 5.3 LS swap LM7 truck motor in it. Because it's not a LS, it's a LM7 5.3 LS based truck motor. So pretty much the only thing that's different between this and that motor and the LS1, which is the LS1 is just made for the Camaro car, but it completely makes a little bit more horsepower, less torque than the truck motor does, obviously because the truck motor is built for more torque than it is horsepower. So obviously the truck motor doesn't make as much horsepower as the car motor, but it makes a lot more torque. But either way it goes, it doesn't matter. An LS or a LM7 or LS, however you want to put it, they all basically have like over 325 horsepower and like almost 400 foot-pounds of torque. So that's off the rip. Now just doing small little upgrades like a cam upgrade, valve spring upgrade, the roller retainer or the roller rocker kit, and what else am I doing? Can't remember what else I'm doing, but you can easily get 450, almost 500 easy, and you don't really have to put bigger heads or anything like that on it. So other than that, that's what we're gonna do. But in a future video, again, this crank spun a bearing on bearing number 2, but all the other ones are fine. I have another crank for this at home. We're gonna do its own separate video on that after I get this out, because I want to compare this. I want you guys to see this one compared to the newest used one, because obviously it is newly used. So yeah, I got new tires / rims sitting there. There's 4 of them. I'm actually gonna sell 2 because the fronts are by 10.5s. All 4 tires are by 10.5s, and I don't want by 10.5s on in the front because it just makes no sense. I think the biggest tire we'll be running in the front is probably a 9.5, if that. But in the rears, I want 10.5 to as big as I can get it, to be honest. Yeah. If you guys want to hear anything like my full future build from stage 1 to stage 3 of this car, let me know, because I really do want to do a K-member front, a tubular K-member, and to do a rear end K-member that's independent suspension for this Camaro. This is going to be my, not a daily driver, but this is going to be my show car, my car that I build for like my 3 stages. But with some more ideas, and eventually I will be getting a Camaro, another one, just one that I won't be taking that much care of, because I want to put, like I said, an LM7 in that as well, but have that set up for drifting, strictly drifting alone. Drifting is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I had a 240 SX with a R34 Skyline motor in it, and it made a lot of power, and I was drifting that for a while, doing my thing with that, and I was like 15, 16 at the time. But yeah, I want to get a drift Camaro, same body style, everything, and just completely gut it out, do what I need to do to it, and just go balls to the walls, you know what I'm saying? But there's enough of my ranting dream team. I'll catch you guys back at the house. Alrighty guys, so today I'm gonna show you how to take your loose, straggly spark plug wires and turn them into, looking at here is spark plug wires that are nice, even, and organized, so that way they stay away from hot areas. And I also went and invested $14 into some heat shields, which isn't a lot of money, but I just want to take extra precaution and keep my stuff off of the exhaust or anything that's being hot, so I don't have any fires or anything like that. But yeah, and just a future heads up with any other colors that are probably not the normal color that these come in, which is like a gray white. They're gonna bleed on your hands. I'm not sure if you can see the tint of blue on my fingers right there. So yeah, so these tend to bleed a little bit when you put them on. But enough with these. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to set up your spark plug wires the way I have them on the passenger side spark plug wires. These are the driver's side. I already have these done. So we're gonna go ahead and move from this and go ahead and bring this mess back. So yes, you only see 3 spark plug wires here and not 4, because my cylinder 2 spark plug wire is actually still connected to my motor at my shop. And this blue tape is just painter's tape that I took a paint marker with, or a paint pen, and wrote the cylinder numbers on a long time ago, and I just never removed them. I'll eventually remove them because I wrote with a paint pen right here as well what cylinder it goes to. So other than that, let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we jump into it, a few simple things that you will need are some either wire cutters with a blade in the middle, or dikes, or anything that can really cut a zip tie, because you're going to need zip ties, obviously, because that's what is setting to space them apart. And then your heat shields. Like I said, I only have 3 right now because the other one is already actually on the spark plug wire that's at my shop, the number 2 cylinder spark plug. So what you're going to want to do is find the end that goes to the spark plug and not the end that goes to the distributor. And I'll show you that right now. The end that goes to the distributor will say coil/distributor on it, right? Well, the other end is just going to have numbers, more like a serial number on it, right? So what you're going to want to do is take this boot and pull it straight off as hard as you can. And you're going to want to pull pretty hard because it's on there. You're trying to pull it like you're trying to pull a stripper off a pole. You know what I mean? And then you want to take, obviously, the longer side, which is this side right here and not this side, and shove it back down with the connector that goes into the spark plug right there, facing up, just like so. Let's see if I can get it like that. Just kind of hold on. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but there's, oh, hold on, let me get it. I'm not sure if you guys can actually see in there, but it's straight. I'll show you guys in just a few moments. Alrighty, so that one's done. Oh, and also there's a little metal ring inside the tip of the boot. You're gonna want to put that metal ring, I'm trying to squish it so you can see, but it's not really squishing, obviously, because it's a metal ring, but that's the end you want to keep towards the tip. So like I said, metal ring, which is right here. I can't squeeze it. It stays towards the end of the spark plug wire where the spark plug goes into. That's what they look like right now.